chance. A lot of time, a little bit of hesitation. The fadeaway, not the best shot.
That's a good look for him. He's taken a lot of those, but they did not necessarily need a three. Walker would have loved to have left the hero. Instead, he smiles as he walks off the floor. And Paul Pierce, magnificent again. He's with Michelle Tafoya.
All right, thanks very much, Paul. A simple question. What did you expect coming into this game tonight?
Oh, I expected a playoff atmosphere. You know, Twan's been a good friend of mine. Playing with him the last 6 years has been amazing. The just trials and tribulations we've been through. And I expected the game to be a playoff-type atmosphere, and it was. This was a great game for basketball.
Pass, threading the needle through two blue shirts. Right into Trent's hands. He was able to finish and again go back to the foul line, and we see Trent reacting once again. Another opportunity for a three-point play.
Mike, you mentioned earlier about the bench struggles tonight. Part of the reason they're not getting as much production from the bench is that Trent is in the starting lineup tonight. So he's done his job just from a different starting position.
Trent making his first start of the season has equaled his season high with the 16 points along with 9 rebounds. Howard. And knocked out of bounds. Nahara and Hoiberg came together. It's a loose ball foul being called by the outside official Ron Garrison. It's on Nahara. Antoine Walker, Steve Nash getting respite. Steve Nash with a sensational third quarter. 3 minutes gone by in the fourth. McLeod off the dribble is fouled. McLeod has played well. Minnesota 90 and Dallas 86.
About point guards, Travis Best was the starter for Miami a year ago. He's the third point guard on Dallas's team right now behind Nash and Delk.
They were hoping for more from Travis. Jamison set up by Delk. Travis Best has not played tonight.
It's one of those tough things, Steve, as you know, you can be with one team and it's the right spot for you to be at the right time. There's a role, there's a place for you, and then you wind up with the next team and things change completely.
Oliver Miller with his first field goal.
This is the 29th assist for Minnesota. The #1 assist team in the league. Passing the ball beautifully.
Jesse certainly enjoying the buzzer beater festival displayed by the Minnesota Timberwolves. It began in the first quarter.
Kevin Garnett behind the three-point line, knocks it down with no time left on the clock, and falling out of bounds from behind the backboard. Trenton Hassel hits it as the red light once again goes on, and then unselfishness, just one more pass to McLeod, who drains the two-pointer with the red light on. 3 for 3 for Minnesota.
8:21 remaining in the fourth quarter, and the Timberwolves have a 92-88 lead. Antoine Jamison at the foul line.
Did you notice Mike was using that voice again? That instant replay voice?
It's a combination of play-by-play.
Caffeine.
Yes.
Well, you want to be able to switch to another gear when you have to.
You're saying as a broadcaster, you can turn it on and off whenever you have to?
You have to be able to reach different levels, Steve.
Still learning.
The longtime voice of the Boston Celtics, the legendary Johnny Most, had 5 different voices, as I recall, listening to his broadcast. Depending on the situation, you go to different levels, different intonations, and I see the czar along those lines.
He's only at 2 right now, though. He's not at 5.
Down to 7 on the shot clock. Trent working on Fortson. Trent again! And that's a season high. 18 for Trent, who is 7 for 7 from the field.
Hearing it from the crowd, Mark.
Yes, he is. Jamison.
Steve, as the great shooter that you always were throughout your career, were there some nights that the ball just, you knew it was going in because the basket looked extra big?
Oliver Miller able to use his size to work down low.
Like, there are nights when the thing looks like the ocean, and then there are nights when it looks like a thimble.
Trent with another rebound.
How early can you tell in a game? Is it in warm-ups that you know it's one of those nights?
I think it's generally after the first couple of shots.
McLeod, I cannot imagine the feeling that you had when you knew it, as Jamison is able to get inside, not only in the Western Conference Finals, but in the NBA Finals against the Nets. I mean, that's very few people can have that feel.
The Trent has been terrific. You see there the bucket and the foul and a great hustle play. Nice little drive past Nowitzki. And finally, he's feeling at this point. He's just saying, all right, I'm going to throw this thing up. I know it's going in. 7 for 7, season high, 18 points.
4-point Minnesota lead as we resume. T-Wolves have Cassell and Hassel and Hoiberg in a 3-guard alignment. The big men are Trent and Garnett. Cassell able to knock it down. He has 20. And it's a 6-point Timberwolf lead.
It's a very unusual set that Minnesota runs. It's a double high screen at an angle. Maybe the only team I see in the league that runs that particular set. And Dallas not up on the shooter. Too much spacing. Cassell's too good a shooter.
Jamison played by Trent. Shot clock down to 3. Jamison. Beautiful move by Antoine Jamison, who was forced toward the corner along the baseline, was able to get it off, and he's cut it to a 4-point Minnesota lead. Garnett over Nowitzki. Steve Nash, Antoine Walker back on the floor. Nash going glass, and he took a shot from behind after he released.
He got the shot from his own teammate. Walker helping him up and saying, great shot.
Minnesota with the ball, leading by 2. Trent able to set up down deep, will not count. Foul on Walker prior to the shot.
The number of off-balance shots that Steve Nash makes after his penetration in the lane, because he gets you back on your heels, and then as you go back, he's fading, kicking one leg up, and still has the ability to call glass and bank it in.
Hassel. And back comes Nash. For 3. Yes! And Dallas has taken a 1-point lead.
That's incredible. 23 points, 9 assists, and he's been the guy to really get this team going here in the second half.
That's his 4th from downtown. Garnett, yes. Minnesota by 1 in what has been a terrific ball game.
And Don Nelson just gave a signal to Nash that when the ball goes into Garnett in that position, they're going to give up the perimeter shot. He wants him to go back and attack Garnett and get it out of his hands.
Howard. Garnett able to sweep it. Here comes Cassell. The T-Wolves try to make it 4 straight wins, 7 out of the last 8. Trying to go over the 500 mark at home. Garnett, way off. Nowitzki met by Hassel. Walker open for 3. And Dallas now 6 for 20 from downtown.
You know, Steve, I understand about striking from behind the 3-point line and what a weapon that can be, but there are times I think you need to take one more dribble, improve your position on the floor, and get a higher percentage shot.
I was going to say the same thing, Mike, especially when you're Walker and you've missed 4 or 5 3-pointers in a row. Take the 18-footer.
Well, Garnett does hit the medium range jump shot. And Minnesota with a 102-99 lead. Garnett has 33 points. He's equaled his season high. Jamison is fouled, hammered from behind, and he'll go to the line.
A great setup by Steve Nash. He's got everything going right now. Not only pulling up for threes, but penetrating into the lane, making great passes, finishing those runners.
Foul called on Trent, his third. Latrell Sprewell is back, replacing Fred Hoiberg. 3:25 remaining in the fourth quarter. Minnesota has a 2-point lead. Antoine Jamison, 11 of his 19 points here in the fourth quarter. The play by Hassel. Cassell protecting the dribble against Howard. Sprewell, Trent, and Garnett on the front line. Cassell for three. Yes! Sam Cassell with 23. Minnesota by 5.
One of the best shooters in the league for the last 6-8 years, and probably nobody seems to know it.
Nash saw the opening, but he tried to go glass. Rebounded by Hassel. And the foul is called on Dallas. Foul on Nash. Timeout being called. They are on their feet here at the Target Center in Minneapolis. Hale and his T-Wolves have a with 2:44 remaining in the fourth quarter. Trent Hassel. Look at the matchup of the big three. Steve Nash coming out in the second half with 23. Dirk Nowitzki battling that sprained ankle with 15. And Kevin Garnett is one rebound away from his first triple-double of the season. He picked up his 10th assist a moment ago and setting up that three-pointer by Sam Cassell. Nash, nice fake. Crowd looking for a travel, and a foul is called instead on the Timberwolves.
Right back in this game, Marv.
We have seen superb shooting in the second half. For the game, Minnesota at 53%, Dallas at 46. Shot clock down to 7. Hassel. Fred Hassel has played so well. He has 14 points. He's done it at the defensive end. Nowitzki with the step. His shot blocked by Hassel. He got a piece of it. And controlled by Trent. Cassell checking with the head coach, Flip Saunders. Shot clock down to 4. Garnett. Trent with another rebound. And a new possession for Minnesota with just under a minute 20 to go in this fourth quarter. Gary Trent, 18 points, 12 rebounds. And again, Minnesota will try to use that clock in no hurry. Cassell's pass intercepted. Here's Nash, who is in a hurry, taking all the way. He is fouled. And that also puts, well, Dallas is over the foul limit, so Nash will go to the line.
What happened was Sam Cassell, when he threw the pass and it was intercepted for the turnover, didn't hustle back right away. Steve Nash took advantage of it and pushed the ball real hard back at him in transition, turned the corner, got in the lane, and that's what eventually led to the foul.
Nash an 89% free throw shooter.
Here's Nash turning the corner. There's where you see the foul take place, and Nash now at the line for his second free throw attempt.
58 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Minnesota 109, Dallas 105. Marv Albert, the Bizarre, Mike Fratello, Steve Kerr, Craig Sager. We're at the Target Center, Minneapolis. Minnesota at 15-9, Dallas at 15-9. T-Wolves have won 3 in a row, 6 of their last 7. Mavericks going back-to-back, lost in Boston last night. Rebounded by Hassel. Another key offensive rebound. Down to a half minute remaining in the fourth. Once again, they are on their feet here in Minneapolis. Nowitzki called for the foul, so Garnett will go to the line. That's 4 on Nowitzki. Garnett 6 for 7 at the line.
75% free throw shooter, Kevin Garnett, for the season.
How about Trenton Hassel? 14 points, 9 rebounds, none bigger than that last one. He's been terrific tonight.
Trent Hassel waived by the Chicago Bulls and signed by the Timberwolves, and getting an opportunity to play because of the number of injuries suffered by Minnesota. You heard the chant of MVP from this crowd as Garnett converts on both. Extends the Minnesota lead to 111-105. Timeout called with 24.6 to go on the fourth. Timeouts remaining. Minnesota with 2 left. Mavericks have a full and a 20.
If you are Minnesota right now, you want to make sure that you're not leaving people behind the three-point line wide open. Getting to the basket for a 2 is not as bad. You do not want to foul and stop the clock right now.
The rookie Josh Howard will throw in. Dallas looking for a quick bucket. Nash being played by Garnett. It's picked off by Nowitzki. Nash to the left hand. Nash takes all the way. What a move. And it's a 4-point game. 19.2 to go. And now Dallas looking to... Oh, Nowitzki got picked off by Garnett. And Don Nelson, very upset, felt there should have been a foul on Garnett. Instead, it's on Nash in the front court.
What Kevin Garnett did is he saw Cassell trying to get away from the defensive player. So Garnett stopped, came back in the backcourt, and take a look right in this area here. That's where the screen's going to take place. Garnett nails a defender who's trying to get to Cassell.
Both teams are over the foul limit. As Howard makes his move, Hoiberg is called for the personal. So that stops the clock with 11.8 remaining. And Josh Howard, Nash, looks for 3. And Garnett able to get to it. And that will do it. Kevin Garnett, with that rebound, has his first triple-double of the season. 35 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds for Garnett. Sam Cassell finished with 26. Minnesota shoots 53% for the night. Dallas able to come back down by as many as 10. Made it a game in the second half.
Skip Prosser didn't teach him to let Sprewell go baseline like that. Spree, 8 points, 8 assists. Timberwolves 5-point lead after 1. Second quarter, nobody doing anything with Kevin Garnett. Garnett, Achtung Dirk, and 1. Timberwolves a 9-point lead at the break. But in the third quarter, here come the Mavericks. Steve Nash, bottom. Steve Nash, see the 3, be the 3. Still in the third, Nash. 27 on the night. We're tied at 80. Closing seconds of the third. Spree kicks it out to Keith McLeod, trying to beat the buzzer. Could he do it? Well, let's go back to the first quarter to beat the buzzer. Kevin Garnett, 3. Buzzer beater at the end of the first quarter. Closing seconds of the first half. Trenton Hassel. Well, that's just showing off. He had 14 points, 9 rebounds. It's a top 10 nominee. So back to the closing seconds of the third. Keep the streak alive? What do you think?
Absolutely.
You betcha. Keith McLeod on the assist from Spree. Timberwolves by 2 after 3. Fourth quarter, the former Maverick, Gary Trent, and 1. 18 and 12. Oliver Miller, 4 points in 10 minutes, by the way. Timberwolves with the lead. We would not need a buzzer beater at the end of the fourth because Kevin Garnett turned in his first triple-double of the year. 35, 10, and 10. Wolves win it 114-109.